Hello and welcome to Footy Judge Mode. This is going to be an epic episode. Onana's Howler, of course. Arsenal, absolutely sensational. They respond to Liverpool and Manchester City, tell them we're there. We're here to compete. One of the strongest attacks in the Champions League, believe it or not. The fantastic, what am I saying called? Trio or five or whatever, the Fantastic Five. You know what I mean? Kai Havertz arrived. Man City trial date has been set, people. They finally might answer for their crimes if they did anything. If they did anything. But that's not for another year. And we'll talk about that. Trent versus Foden, who's going to win the Ballon d'Or. But let's start with welcoming my two great guests, one of the two brilliant guys out there. I'm blessed by having them here, Husam and LB. How are you guys? How's everybody doing?
Husam? I'm good. Thanks for having me. Big up the chat. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing to Footy Judge Mo. And I'm sharing the platform with LB when the trial date has been set, which is the worst news for LB. I'm about to give him the headache of a lifetime for the next hour. So, yeah, big up to everyone. He's already sick, so I'm just going to make him more sick. So, yeah, but we wish him a speedy recovery.
LB, how are you doing, man?
I am sick. Unfortunately, I'm ill, but we will be here. I'm here to defend my club, my righteous club, my club that is innocent until proven otherwise. And I see the date being set as an opportunity for my club to clear its name. There we go.
Oh, 100%. Listen, the date is next year. I think it's September of next year. So the trial will not be over until the end of next season. So Man City can win back-to-back and win 5 Premier Leagues in a row or something. The trial will not end until Pep Guardiola leaves. That's it. I'm not sure if they're going to be found guilty, but if there is a trial, that means there is something in the water that needs to be tested. But that's about it. If Man City accepts a trial date, I mean, there is something. But I want to start with Man United yesterday. The big news is Andre Onana's Howler yesterday. We can all laugh. We can all do this. But listen, what you both are laughing. Bruno Fernandes finally decides to have the best game of his life and scores a wonderful goal. And then Onana's having a howler yesterday. Erik Ten Hag. By the way, I want to talk not only about Andre Onana, but also Erik Ten Hag. What was he doing with these substitutions? Why did he open up the team like this? It was absolutely shambolic from him as well. Do you guys? I'm going to start with Husam. Did you put the whole thing yesterday on Andre Onana only, or some other people take the blame?
I'll be honest with you. That club, I'm glad you started with me because I didn't watch along for that game, and it's a thing of beauty, to be honest with you. I cannot stand that football club. That's one thing me and LB will agree on for sure, and I'm so happy their downfall is continuing. But I actually will be supporting them against Bayern Munich in the last game because I want them to make it to the Europa League position. I don't want them to finish 4th. That's too easy for them. I'm trying to see them get knocked out. I want them to finish 3rd so I can see them in the Europa League. I feel like I want to have a Baku moment, just like Chelsea had against Arsenal. I want to have my one against Man United so I could just, shut them up forever. Yesterday was embarrassing for Manchester United because if you watch that game, Galatasaray were not even that good, to be honest with you. Galatasaray weren't amazing. It's not like they peppered Manchester United's goal or anything. And when you look at the Galatasaray lineup, Lucas Torreira, big up Troops. I was watching Troops on AFTV 10 years ago when he was ranting about Torreira. Ndombele, Davinson Sanchez on the bench. It's just like Wilfred Zaha, Icardi, Dries Mertens, just a bunch of washed up rejects just pulled up their socks and they're like, we're gonna beat these bastards. And by the way, if they were lucky to not have a penalty, because if the Newcastle one was a penalty, then the Scott McTominay one was
I was
even
100%, 100%. No question.
even worse penalty because Scott McTominay moved his hand towards the ball, which is even worse. So they should have, it was, big up Mike Das, so I know who watches the channel. In his words, it was unfortunate, but should have been even more unfortunate than it was. Is the game all on Onana? No. I don't think it's fair to blame it 100% on him. I think Onana is a massive part to blame. 85%, 90% to blame. And with Manchester United fans, this is what they deserve. Because all summer long we warned them. All summer long we try to speak logic into them, sense into them, and they just didn't want to listen. And now here you are. You just reap what you sow. We told you guys signing Mount and Onana doesn't work together because they're totally polar opposite signings. Here's the thing with Ten Hag. If you're playing possession football and you have Onana as your goalkeeper, fair enough. But you're not even playing possession football. So what's the point of keeping Onana? Might as well have kept a goalkeeper that's better at shot stopping, or signed a goalkeeper that's a shot stopping goalkeeper instead of a ball playing goalkeeper. Look at Ederson, for example. If Manchester City did not play possession football and they played Ten Hag counter-attack style football, he'd be under a lot more pressure. Now, Ederson is a much better goalkeeper than Onana, of course, but this is just an example of how, in order to have a ball-playing goalkeeper, you need to have a system that has ball-playing players, and you have a ball-playing system, which he doesn't implement yet. This is the problem I have with
But Man United didn't know, Husam. Onana last year, and LB knows that. We played Manchester City in the final, and the people that didn't watch, Onana last season didn't make these mistakes, were way more composed. Go look at the save percentages, go look at the highlights, the highlight reel. And he faced a lot of adversities at Inter last year, which changed the defense.
But he had moments in him.
But he didn't have these moments last year. Not like he had one or two mistakes.
But now compare Inter to Man United, the way they play football.
Now we're talking. Now you're talking.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. With Ten Hag, he's not playing possession football. So, it's easy to just go Onana this, Onana. Okay, yeah, Onana hasn't been good enough.
Yeah, but the mistakes he had has nothing to do with position-based football, Sam. The mistakes he's making, someone is shooting on him.
Second one is unacceptable. The Ziyech second goal,
yeah, of
where
course,
it just shot at him and he just put it in his own net. That one is the worst one.
He did it with Bayern Munich. He did it against Bayern Munich as well.
I think he's actually the main culprit why they're knocked out this competition. Bayern Munich cost them a goal. Galatasaray cost them both home and away. Copenhagen cost them away from home. So,
yeah, he's the main. I think single-handedly, he's the main reason they're out of the Champions League.
It's not about that.
It's not on Ten Hag. It's not on the players. It's not on anything. They played very well against Bayern Munich, and he caused howlers. Yesterday, 3-1 up, 2-0 up. He caused another howler. By the way, it's an unforgivable mistake what he did in the free kick. Did you do a watch along, LB?
Yeah, man.
Did you see that free kick is unforgivable? Why you're moving away from the What are you expecting? You trust your wall. And the problem is this is A-B goalkeeping. Trust your wall. Are you moving before he shoots?
Yeah.
Give it to me. Is it only on him as well? Do you think it's only on him? Or Erik Ten Hag is out of his depth, as you always say.
We know about Ten Hag, though, innit? You know what I mean? People want to keep on talking Ten Hag and all that kind of stuff. We all know, yeah? And even the people that don't know are getting to know. I know deep down that Ten Hag is not the right manager for Manchester United. We all know that, yeah. The subs that he made, weird. He completely left the midfield exposed.
Yeah, what a weirdo.
But yeah, the goalkeeper, mate, not good, bro. And you seen it in pre-season, man. Guy was getting, dunked on from 40 yards out and that. You know what I mean? Red flags. I call them red flag FC, innit? Red flag merchants, man. Last year, you seen the red flags, yeah? Conceding 7 to Liverpool. Conceding 6 to Manchester City. Embarrassing. Red flags. Yeah. All they want to talk about is the fact that they got top 4 and made it to a final. And in the final, they got beat off City. So I just think the club is still a mess. He's not a good manager. His signings are horrendous. players are shocking. Still playing McTominay. I mean, why didn't McTominay not get sent?
He scored, bro. He scored. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no,
McTominay
after
is one
that,
of the
though,
better
after
players.
that,
That's
he should have
the
been.
point.
McTominay is one of their best players on the pitch. He should have taken Bruno
He should have
off.
been no,
He
he
should have
shouldn't.
taken Bruno off. And then,
Nah, bro. You don't take Bruno off in a game like that. You take McTominay off, yeah, and then you probably you can play Kobe Mino if you want, but why are you playing Kobe Mino in there on his own? Why is
Amrabat out? My point is, why did he take Amrabat out?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why did he take Amrabat off? What's he do? It's like the fundamental basics of football. Ten Hag just doesn't understand. Like, you're away in one of the trickiest atmospheres in Europe, and you just open up your midfield like that. Like, are you all right, bro? Like, what are you doing? I think the guy's a fraud. I called it at the time. I think he's a fraud. I don't think he knows actually what he's doing. I think he's winging it. I think last year he got extremely, extremely lucky.
You really think he's winging it, LB? Can you repeat
winging
that
it,
back?
man.
You really think he's not? He doesn't
think
have a
he's
plan.
winging it.
He's just going by with the
Bro,
flow.
his in-game tactics are some of the worst I've ever seen from a top level club manager, bro.
That's a big claim, by the way. To call a manager that is winging it after a season and a half. By the way, that's a massive claim.
Bro, there's no logical reason why he took Amrabat off and put Mino on yesterday.
Yeah, the yellow card.
Why did he do that? It makes no sense. And he don't know the side.
Yeah, but then play Mino and Amrabat together, by the way. That's another
I didn't
solution.
understand the substitution. Even though McTominay scored, but at the end, you were 2-1 up. They're leaving a lot of space for you. You didn't need to leave Kobe Mino, an 18 years old, by himself in the middle. You didn't need to leave all of these guys. You didn't need to sub Garnacho out and put Palestri, who never played left wing on the left wing. I get what you're saying, LB, and I get what you guys are saying.
LB is 100% right. Ten Hag is winging it.
He's winging it. Like, you guys think he has a plan.
You know why he's winging it? You know why he's winging
God.
it? There's the proof. The proof's in the pudding. Last season, did both of you enjoy watching Man United play football?
At home, they were solid. Yes.
Okay, but they were boring as fuck to watch,
Absolutely,
right?
they were boring. Oh yeah, they were. It was
They were
great
boring
football,
as
of
fuck to watch.
course.
Why? Because they were extra defensive, right?
They were very solid defensively and relying on an individual brilliance up top, isolation, and all this stuff. Yes.
No problem. Let me tell you why LB is right. You know that last season has just become pointless now. Last season that the entirety of last season just became a waste of time. Okay. Because when Ten Hag decided to start this season and go for this offensive, attacking, ball possession football, he already, by definition, states that last season means nothing. Because the entirety of the foundation that you built last season means nothing. That's why Pep Guardiola always says, you implement your system first and then results will come after. Ten Hag last season, after Ranić and after Oli, had all the time in the world. Man United fans were willing to give him time even if he finished 15th. They were just like, let's give him time to implement his system. He comes in last season, plays offensive football for 2 games. Brentford and Brighton. Gets destroyed in both games, and then he decides to go into a more reserved defensive shape. That got him results in
not at home, Husam. That's not true. But that's not true. You're building your conclusion on the wrong way.
Let me explain it. It gets him results in the short term, but in the long term, it does more damage than it does good. Because had he implemented the style from the beginning, the players coming in now already know Man United's style, and the players that are there from last season would have known his style too, which would have affected the team positively in the long term. That's the point I make.
Okay, so but you're building this on a wrong. So my point of last season is that Man United at home, they were still one of the better teams. It's not only defensive, by the way. They control the game, by the way. They control where the opposition are gonna go. It's not only about having the ball position. Even though I think the average over, I think 50. If I kind of like looked at the stats, 57 to 60% ball position at home. I was thinking a good manager would be able to translate a little bit or transfer some of this home form to the away form with better players. When you get a better player that in mentality is stronger, you'll be able to transfer that. He didn't. For some reason, it went back. But in my opinion, with the signing of Onana, you guys, I'm telling you, Onana, I thought he would have changed completely the way they played football, right? Because the guy played
for some reason. That's the point you're missing. It's the style.
Finish. Again, exactly. So he got a goalkeeper that can play from the back, so his lines will move up a little bit. Amrabat, we saw yesterday. Amrabat, by the way, in the first half, he gets the ball, he breaks the press because Galatasaray were trying to press them. He's passing between that. You know that, Husam. We watch Amrabat. He knows how to pass between the lines, right? And he was able to get the fullbacks high. He was able to get the ball to Bruno Fernandes in a higher position. And I was thinking you can do that. You're signing some players, they can do this. You can play a higher line a little bit, some games away from home, but somehow it's not working for him. And I don't know why they regressed at home and away from home. And it's the mentality of the club. Is he winging it every game? He doesn't have a style of play. He doesn't know what he wants to do. He cannot control the players. He cannot control tactically what the players have to do. That's what I don't understand. Did he just lose completely the control over players like Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp? If you don't play what they want, you're out. You're sitting on the freaking bench. You're rotting on the bench.
Fabio Carvalho, prime example for us. He went on loan to Leipzig. I don't think Fabio Carvalho is a future at the club because of this whole thing. That's why I'm telling you, LB's right. It's the style. Because
so he doesn't have a style, basically.
Exactly. No, it's not even doesn't have a style. He just the whole entirety of last season is now pointless. Okay, let me put it to you this way. And this is why I'm saying LB was right when you're saying he's winging it. Let's all imagine a hypothetical scenario. Last season, Man United didn't win the Carabao Cup and they finished 7th. But Ten Hag came in, he established a style of play. He played a 4-3-3 possession-based football. Would they be in a better position now after signing Onana and said players, or a worse position like
Can
they
I
are
play
right
devil's
now?
advocate? Can I play devil's advocate?
Yes.
Man United fans will tell you we are the biggest club in the world. The pressure is on us. Okay, I'm telling you what they told me because I asked this question. He would have gotten sacked. What would your response be?
And that's exactly why the Devils are falling down, because playing devil's advocate isn't always good. Because you and I both know that he would not have gotten sacked after Ranić and Oli. Be real. You know he wouldn't have gotten sacked.
But to be honest with you, you come as a Man United, you spend all that money that he spent last summer on Casemiro, okay? And you do all of this, and you get 7th, and you don't win a trophy, he might gotten sacked.
I don't think he would have gotten sacked. 100%.
There is a possibility he would have gotten sacked.
No, but after Ranić and Oli, it was like the darkest age of Manchester United history. Whichever manager was going to come in, he was going to get time. It's just the reality. He would have gotten
I get
time.
what you're saying, but their fans say you don't get time at Manchester United. You don't finish 7th and survive. That's what they say.
Didn't Oli finish 6th and survive in his second season as well? Not even his first.
Did he? 6th?
Yeah, he finished 6th. Yeah, he did.
Okay, so it's
exactly.
So
and then
here's your proof. Here is your proof. Then. So Man United fans don't know what they're talking about. So the guy wasn't under a lot of pressure to finish 4th. Okay.
Yep.
So what is the solution then?
He would have survived.
So and I want to ask. Okay, so LB, I'm gonna ask you this question. I never asked you this, guys. There's 400 of you here. Guys, please, 400 views. Hit that like button. Not even on 100 likes. So that's embarrassing, people. Hit that like button. Onana United is saying, I want to meet Onana in a dark alley with a metal pipe on me. Come on.
You know, Onana United, you're the biggest fraud because me and Mo know you as well from Al Ahwa. You know your problem. His name before on the platform was Ten Hag. And then Ten Hag got a run of shit results and he changed his name to Onana. Now Ten Hag is an informed manager and Onana is the crap goalkeeper. You just need change your name back to Ten Hag so you guys start losing games again. And Onana's good.
Kevin Jimenez, thank you so much. Kevin for the super chat. He's saying no way the board would have sacked him. Kevin is one of my members. He comes on shows with me. I think you know Kevin. He goes on Staffy as well. No way the board would have sacked him, but the fans were good with style of play and top 6, 7. Expectations were patient with him. Yeah, but again, he's saying he would have gotten sacked. The board would have sacked him. So, LB, I want to ask you another question before we move on from Manchester United. And I don't know if I asked you that before. If they go out of the Champions League and they don't get top 4, you think there is no way back for Man United if they sack Ten Hag and get somebody else? Do you think this is it for them? Because they're playing well in the Premier League. They might get top 4 again. Where does it go from here if they don't get top 4?
Are they playing well in the Premier League? Or are they just getting results?
Well, they're getting results. Okay,
yeah,
they're getting results. Let me just fix it.
No, listen, as much as I want to say this is the end for Manchester United and we'll never see them again, the truth of the matter is they're too big of a football club and have too much money to spend that they'll always be up in and around the top 4, right? So, this is just a minor blip for Manchester United, but they've got to decide what to do with Ten Hag, mate. You know what I mean? They've got to decide what to do, yeah, and they've got to like put some rules and regulations in place if they're going to keep him. Number 1, yeah, you are playing Ajax style football. This is one of the reasons why he was brought into the football club. Don't anyone say, no, he wasn't brought in. Well, why was he brought in then? Well, why was he brought in? What reason was he brought into Manchester United if he wasn't brought in to play Ajax-style football? What? Because he got to a semi-final of the Champions League? Because he won the Eredivisie? Short man, he was brought in to play Ajax-style football, and now he's saying he can't do it. So, number one, as soon as this Jim Ratcliffe guy walks through the door, I'd go straight to the manager's office, open the door and say, are you going to play Ajax football or no? And if he says no, sack him, yeah? Number two, do not let this manager make any more signings ever again. He's clearly demonstrated over the last 18 months that his talent ID is shockingly bad. Get a sporting director in, and listen, you can have a say, you can bring in a couple of players and say, these are the players that we've recommended for this position. Which one do you think? That's fine. But ultimately, he's not allowed to make the decisions anymore. Yeah? They need some sort of like fucking mediator at the football club because he's falling out with everybody. You know, all the players he's angry with, so he needs some sort of mediator, mate. Honestly, Husam, it's legit, bro. It's not right. This manager, and listen,
there is. LB is right. You know, LB is right. In Egypt, we have this guy between the manager and the players. There is a position in Egypt, in Al-Ahli, Husam and Zamalek, there is a position between the manager and the players to make the relation better. Because it looks like
he
this
fell
guy
out with Varane. They could have used Varane yesterday.
They could have used Varane yesterday.
They could have used
3-1 up, made a sub. But Varane is there, he's on the bench. But yeah, I get what LB is saying. Take his credit cards out. Close his bank accounts.
Oh,
give him a per diem.
The other thing I'd say is if you shit more than 4 more goals against Liverpool or City, it's a sackable offence. 7 against Liverpool, 6 against City. Yeah,
that's by itself as a sackable offence.
I think if you can see...
I think the 7 is a sackable... If my manager loses 7, he's out of the freaking door.
I think that is shockingly bad.
Again, it's my biggest rival. You're out of the door, man. You're out of the door.
It's not too bad, yeah, but if it happened twice in one season, if it happens again this year, I think at what point do you say, bro, what are you doing, man?
But I get what you're saying. But to be honest, I thought they would move forward last season, but they didn't. I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. For all the reasons you guys are saying, to be honest. For all the reasons.
The club ain't been the same since the 7-0, to be fair. That's when the downfall started.
You think so, for real? Or you're joking?
Yeah. Think about it.
You think for real this is like... This is not
think about it. After the 7-0, they lost the FA Cup final. And they went on a bad run of form towards the end of last season. And Liverpool, who were crap all year long, had a chance of getting top 4. And ever since then, you know, they just made shit signing after shit signing. And now they're here.
And then where is Mason Mount?
Listen, LB just said if they get another big loss, they need to get sacked. I've been saying it from the start of the season. Mu'min will tell you this right now. I've said it from 3 months ago. December 17th, mark it on the calendar. Liverpool versus Man United at Anfield. It's going to be a bloodbath.
You freaking said that in July, bro.
Before we'll just be practicing long shots. That's it. Just practicing long shots all game long. You're going to get a handful of long shots alone.
Mount is injured. But the last thing I want to say about the game before I move on to Arsenal is yesterday, the silver lining is Anthony played all right. McTominay scored a goal. Bruno Fernandes played well. Garnacho was good. Højlund was good. Amrabat was good. Kobe Mino was good.
And they still drew.
Terrible. And it's not only they
drew. So how's that the silver lining?
It's not only they drew. It's not only they drew. The manager and Onana take all the blame because you were 3-1 up. You are Man United. Galatasaray were wide open. And at Galatasaray, they're not even that good. Mauro Icardi isn't even that good as a striker. He isn't. As you said, Wilfried Zaha were like hunting birds with his shots. Literally was doing that. But at the end, they drew and they might be out of the Champions. Most likely out of the Champions League. It's ridiculous, to be honest. I actually don't know where they go from here. Guys, 450 of you here. Can we get the likes up a little bit? It's not even on 200 likes. Hit that like button. Let's move on to the sensational Arsenal. Any of you did a watch along?
Nope.
No, you guys didn't because you knew
Arsenal
would win.
Why would I watch that?
Because there would be goals. You would enjoy football. You would join Gabriel Jesus dribbling people. Martinelli. Oh my!
That's why we belong in the Champions League. This shit is crap, man.
What?
Liverpool belong in the Champions League. I'm a do main character syndrome right now. That's why we need to be in there. Fucking Man United, Newcastle, just embarrassing the Premier League. Just absolutely embarrassing the Premier League. Newcastle at least doing some
Newcastle are not embarrassing. They got robbed, Husam, and you know
I
that.
just said doing some respectable stuff, but
Yeah, they
Man
beat PSG
United,
4-1. They beat PSG 4-1. Bruce Wayne, yeah, one of my guys, Inter, coming from Inter, already saying I'm waiting for Onana's December interview. We want him on loan, dry loan with Man United paying 70%
oh
of his
no, why
wage.
you're giving him Lukaku treatment?
My God. I want Onana back to be backup for Zoma. I want Onana. Man United pay 70% of his wage. Thank you, Bruce Wayne, for that.
Just
But
speak to DiMarzio. Get an interview going.
get an interview from the guy. Yes. To be honest, let's talk about Arsenal though.
Samina.
Kai Havertz scored. Every one of the five guys up front scored, with Odegaard scoring a brilliant goal. Is that the question that I asked yesterday? Is that the fluidity coming back?
Sorry, Moment. Just before, I know you were going to talk about. You know, all the Man United fans in the chat going like, "Haha, Husam's in Europa League." Have you guys considered looking at your table? Have you considered looking that in a Europa League group with Copenhagen and Galatasaray, you're below them both, and you're either gonna end up in the Europa League or you're gonna get knocked out? Why you think you're special? Just because you're in the Champions League? You know who else are in the Champions League? BSC Young Boys. You and them both are the same. Actually, sorry, Young Boys are playing better than you. So, talking about Thursday night, I'm going to see you on Thursday night, or you're going to be knocked out. So, hold that. Hold that. Anyway, carry on. Sorry, Moment.
All right. Arsenal Football Club. Is that the beginning of something fluid? Is that the beginning of something? Oh, Queen Nadra, thank you for the super chat. Sorry, let me do this because it has nothing to do with Arsenal. Most seriously, if Abu Treka was in the Premier League, would he better than Mo Salah? No chance. I don't think so. He would have if he was young. Mohamed Salah.
No chance. Do not say no chance, please. Respect Abu Treka. Do not say more.
No, I love Abu Treka. The difference is,
but
Abu Treka,
bro.
Oh my
bro,
God.
all these African players.
LB has no idea what we're talking about, but yeah, go ahead.
All these African players who are looked at as one of the greatest of all time rings around them. Abu Treka ran rings around Yaya Toure, around Eto'o, around Drogba. Exactly.
And so I explain myself. You cut me off, and then you didn't even let me talk. Okay. Mohamed Salah. Oh my God, this guy, bro. Just wait. Mohamed Salah went to Europe when he was like 20 years old. Mohamed Abu Treka started to actually flourish and be that guy at the age of 25 or something. That's the difference. Okay. He was playing at Tersana before. Mohamed Salah went to Europe very young. Queen Nadra is talking about Abu Treka in his prime. In his prime, he was older. That's my point. Abu Treka is a fantastic player.
So if he went to the Premier League,
and let me explain one thing. That with the Abu Treka, the guy is physically weaker than Mohamed Salah. That's my problem.
There you go.
Oh my God, I think Mohamed Salah is the most. I think he's the best Egyptian player ever, just because of the achievements with Liverpool, Champions League, and all of this. But anyway,
I think he's number 2 for me.
Oh my God, you're not even. You don't get to say, bro. You're not even Egyptian.
Yeah, so what? I can have my opinion.
You're not even. You don't get to say anything about this situation.
Do you think people in the streets of Cairo would agree with me or with you?
They would agree with me, 100%.
Nope.
I know the streets of Cairo. I grew up there. I know the people in Egypt.
When's the last time you've been in Cairo?
People like Abu Treka for his stance. People like Abu Treka for his football. He's absolutely amazing.
Yes,
won AFCON and all this stuff. And his football is amazing. What Mohamed Salah did is put the Egyptian player's name all around the world, bro. People in America want to be Mohamed Salah.
You could put Mo number 1. I have no problem with that. But I'm just saying, let's put some respect on Abu Treka.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Oh my God.
He would have dunked on the Premier League. Let's not lie now.
Okay.
Yeah, he ran rings around Yaya Toure
and Google Abu Treka.
I got him up, man, on Wikipedia, bro. I just see some guy who played for fucking Terenza and Al Ali.
Al-Ahli, Tersana Al-Ahli.
Like
in Egypt. Salah, he won five Champions Leagues, club Champions Leagues in Egypt. He won 2 back-to-back AFCON. He won the player in the continent about 3-4 times. He has a big history. Exactly. He actually changed the history of Egypt national team.
I can see that. Yeah, his Wikipedia page is mad, but still, you're still talking about Salah, bro. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, LB. The guy did it in the Premier League.
Yeah, no, I agree. Brother, I'm a Liverpool fan. I know what Salah has done. I'm just saying, Abu Treka would have worked in the Premier League as well. I don't agree with this whole he wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, he would have worked in the Premier League, but he would not have been one of the best players in the Premier League. You see the
Yes, he
difference?
would have. He would have. I think he would
Like
have.
Mohamed Salah
Deep lying,
is one of the
deep
best
lying
players in the Premier League
playmaker
over the
in the
past
Premier
6,
League.
7 years.
Okay, deep lying playmaker in the Premier League.
Do you
Come
what?
on.
Sorry?
Deep lying playmaker in the Premier League.
Mohamed Abu Treka, deep line. Mohamed Abu Treka cannot defend.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Deep lying playmaker or box to box midfielder in the Premier
absolutely.
League, he would have worked at both. Or at 10, he would have also worked. He worked at every position.
Who's the best Middle Eastern player ever? I think without a doubt, see Mohamed Abu Treka or
A fifth, bro. Qatar, a fifth, innit?
Afif.
Afif.
Akram Afif.
Guy goes hard, bro.
Oh my God! Listen,
Yeah,
okay,
he's the
can we talk?
baller, he's the baller.
Can we?
He is sick, mate.
Are you
My local
dodging-
club beat him though, so he can hold that.
I signed him on my
Big up
FIFA
Al
career
Faisal.
mode, man. The guy's a baller. I'm telling you that. Oh, is that not facts? Is that not facts?
It's facts.
What? But you got him on career mode.
Bro, nah, he captained the side as well in Qatar, bro. Back in the World Cup.
He's a baller,
Akram
he's
Afif is a baller, bro. He's just too weak. He's
Yeah,
a
he has
baller,
good
bro.
technique.
Akram Afif is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's someone who would get bullied in the Premier League, not Abu Treka. He would actually get bullied, Akram.
Okay, can we now? Are you guys dodging the talk about Arsenal though?
Samina, 60 million trade. Samina,
No, the guy scored. Talk to me about Arsenal though. Talk to me about Arsenal. Sensational yesterday. People just don't want to just give them credit for playing this good football, for scoring great goals.
That's not true, Mo. That's not true. People.
I'm not talking about you. Why you take it on you? I'm not talking about you.
No, let LB
because-
go because Arsenal is his cousin. Let
Oh
him go.
my God.
No, I just think that like people can be like, oh yeah, GG's at Arsenal, good win last night, but you know that's expected, man. You expect to beat Lons at home.
6? You 6. You're telling me that it's expected for Arsenal to beat Lons at home 6-0.
You expected to beat them, bro. You know what I mean? People are not going to go wild over
Okay, I'm
it.
not
It's a
debating
group
that.
stage
You're
match.
dodging the question.
What
You're
you want us
dodging
to
the
do is sit
question.
here and be like, oh yeah, Arsenal, mate, they're going to win the Champions League. That's not going to happen, bro.
Yeah, I have too many receipts for that. But besides the point,
Congratulations, yeah. Good win. They've qualified. Buzzing for them. I actually think that they're one of our main competitors in the Champions League, but I'm not basing that just off of yesterday. Everyone expected them to beat Lons yesterday, and to be honest with you, I think everyone was expecting a really good performance. You know what I mean? So I don't really see why people are gassing it up that much, to be honest.
because it's 6-0.
Oh,
Because it's 6-0. If your team wins 6-0 against Lons or Young Boys or RB Leipzig, now RB Leipzig are not the same as Young Boys, but if your team wins 6-0 against someone, you'll be buzzing. Amazing, Howler.
I'm not saying don't be buzzing.
Absolutely, Pep
Let's hope their
Guardiola
fans are there to
this
see it.
and
I'm saying
that.
buzzing. But what am I meant to extract from this? What do you
The
want me to extract
Arsenal
from this?
played fluid football when Lons tried to press them.
Right.
The
and
Arsenal
that's
were
not been the
very good
problem, though.
individually.
That's not been Arsenal's problem, though, is it? When teams press them. Arsenal's problem has been breaking teams down when they play low block.
Okay, that's for a different
Correct.
day.
No, it's not for a different day.
I'm going to
No,
tell you
LB's
why that's for a
correct, by the
different
way.
day. I'm going to tell you
LB's
why it's for a
correct.
different day, but go ahead.
Because we already knew this could happen. PSV played an open style against Arsenal. What score was that? 4-0. Lons, you just said press them. 6-0. We all know that if you press Arsenal, Arsenal will destroy most teams. So this isn't a surprise. The real test comes, yeah. I rate the 1-0 win against Brentford higher than this 6-0 win against Lons. Finding a way to break down a team and getting a goal against a low block side. I rate the Brentford 1-0 win higher than the Lons performance. Not because it was better than Lons performance. Clearly it wasn't. But if any team that attacks Arsenal or tries to press Arsenal, I expect Arsenal to beat them by 3-4, 5-0. That's the
Okay, so we're on the same page here.
Yeah, but you're trying to tell me to extract something from this game.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why I'm an extract.
Okay,
Because a lot of
tell me why.
I'll tell you why. A lot of people said that their players aren't good. Their players aren't in good form. Odegaard isn't, and I agree. Odegaard wasn't in good form.
LB can't stand Arsenal, I could tell.
Yes. And you don't care. I know you don't care about Arsenal. And LB can't stand Arsenal.
goal really stung him, He just
Like
can't
I
stand.
know exactly how this dynamic works. Right?
Listen, LB, I know you don't drink hot drinks. Get yourself some ginger, some lemon. You get me, and you'll be good to go, my brother. Hot drink, and
Okay.
you'll be fine.
Let me get my point across. Okay.
Yes.
We can joke about Arsenal all day, but Arsenal yesterday, their players were good. One-on-ones, they were able to beat their players. One-on-ones, they were able to do things. Crosses were connecting. Passes were connecting. Yes, they had spaces. I'm not denying that, Lewis. I'm not, right? My point is, we said these players aren't in form. But when they had the chances, when they had the spaces, they were on form. I'm not talking about Kai Havertz. I'm talking about the Gabriel Jesus, who actually inside the 18 was able to dribble and create a good goal. My question to you, do you think that's only a moment of yesterday, or that can be something they can build on? Now, the problem that you're saying is still there. Low blocks, Arsenal, some teams play low blocks. They struggle to break the low blocks. But can they build on this? Martinelli was able to dribble 2 players yesterday and get a good goal. Odegaard inside the 18. Gabriel Jesus did the same. He finished really well yesterday.
Nah.
That's what I'm asking you.
Nah. The answer
No,
to
they
the question-
can't. So your answer is no, they can't build on this.
Well, bro, I think that last night was almost an irrelevance for me, for Arsenal. Because, like I told you, bro, everyone expected them to win. Everyone expected them to put a couple goals past them. That was not the issue. The issue for them is breaking down low blocks. So you say that, yeah? Well, check this out, yeah? They beat Sheffield United 5-0, right? So you would say the same thing. The next game, they scored 1, yeah, against West Ham, although it was a cup game. The game after that, they scored none, Newcastle. So they've done this before. They've scored goals before in the past and then have not capitalised on it. Bournemouth, away, scored 4 goals. Next game, scored 1, lost. Next game, scored 1, won. So I'm just going off the historic evidence here, bro, yeah? That they've done this before. They've scored goals in the past this season and have not really capitalised on it. This is what I'm saying. Like, I ain't taking anything away from last night. Great, you know what I mean? They cooked. But, you know, you're misunderstanding where this is coming from. I'm coming from a stance of respect here, in that I expect Arsenal to cook when games are played like that. And this is why I said, for me, getting a 1-0 win against Brentford is a bigger win, yeah, a bigger result than a 6-0 against Lens. No one cares about a 6-0 against Lens in the Champions League. Beating 1-0, it's still 3 points. So it's about whether they can go forward now, yeah, and carry on getting the wins when teams play low block against them, yeah. When they go away to Luton, when they go away to Villa, tough places to go. Luton is a tough place to go. It's a horrible ground to play at, yeah, and get the results. If Arsenal fans want to start gassing up a 6-0 win, listen, they can gas it up in terms of great performance, but in terms of extracting anything from it and saying, oh, well, this is now going to mean that we're now in form and that we're going to start smashing teams. I just do not see the evidence at all in that claim. But it's not coming from a place of hate. It's coming from a place of respect. I expected Arsenal to dominate teams when teams...
I think it's coming from a place of hate, I'll be honest.
Why?
I think
Why
you're
have I got to
hating
hate, though? Why do I got to hate Arsenal?
Because that
Well,
Martinelli
there's
goal
a
annoys
very
you,
obvious
Cynthia.
reason why you would hate Arsenal
Why?
now
What?
at the
That
moment.
Martinelli goal.
Oh, no, I'm chill with that. I'm chill with that. I was quite calm on the Martinelli goal. You know what I mean? After the game, I took it. I took the L. I'm just saying, man. Go to Wolves. Yeah, you got Wolves at home. You got Luton away. You got Aston Villa. That's your next 3 Premier League games. Win those games are bigger than beating Lens 6-0, bro.
Tampalai just said hate on impending charges. Yo, that's so wrong.
Okay, so
Tampalai.
low blocks. Play Bournemouth away, scored 4 goals. Play Brentford away, 1-1-0. Played Sheffield at home, 5-0. Played Sevilla away, 1. Okay. Played Newcastle, by the way, away from home. We know what happened in that game. It was a 50-50 game, but they lost. Circumstances happen. I get you that. They played Burnley. They
got
scored
wrong.
3 goals. Yes. Brentford, by the way, Arsenal, away in the Premier League is a tough ground. They were able to break the low block, but they didn't create a lot of chances. I gave you that. And I thought Arsenal would be better than this. So what's your evidence? They already beaten the team that are in front of them. Low blocks or not low blocks. They did. They did beat the teams. PSV at home, 4-0 because PSV opened up.
I don't know how to make it any clearer. When a team presses Arsenal, I expect Arsenal to.
But I'm giving you Bournemouth, Sheffield United, Brentford. How is that pressing them?
What do you mean? I'm not talking.
Okay,
about
they beat these teams as well. They beat these teams as well.
And I just said
so that's not pressing them.
Yes, and that's why I said, Mo, beating Brentford 1-0 away from home when they're playing a low block is a better result than beating them 6-0.
So they do both. So you're admitting Arsenal do both. They break low blocks.
Well, they can do both.
Okay.
They're a good team.
Are they doing both?
They're doing it to a decent level. Yeah, they're doing it to a decent level.
Is that a decent level? Can make them challenge Manchester City?
Of course, they can challenge Manchester City.
Okay, so but you're still favourites.
Of course, we're still fair. I think most people, 99% of the population, would say Manchester.
So what
City
do
is still
Arsenal have to
favourites.
do for you to say they are toe to toe with Manchester City?
Win the bloody thing, man.
No. Okay. Hold on. Win the bloody thing. They are better than Manchester City. Okay.
Yes,
Win the
correct.
thing. They are better than. I'm saying during the season, what do Arsenal have to do for you as a Man City fan to say they are toe to toe with us? And I think they can battle us until the end, like what Liverpool did. Liverpool lost by 1 point at the end, yes, but they went toe to toe. What Arsenal can do for you to be sitting here as a Man City fan and tell me, yes, I'm afraid of Arsenal. They can win the league. We're not as favorite as before.
But bro, that the fear comes from the fact that you believe that they can do it. And the only way that you can truly believe that someone can do it is if they do it, man. And this is what you're not getting, bro. Nah, but bro, you can do that, innit? But that's why people are more worried about Liverpool. Because Liverpool have done it. They've won the league. They've won the Champions League. Klopp has done it before. Yeah? Arteta bottled top 4 2 years ago. Arteta bottled the Premier League last year. So until they win
Now he's
it...
going to rattle Arsenal faithful.
Yeah, but no, that's not rattling. It's just
He's
facts.
gonna rattle. They're already rattled at him.
Until they actually do it, man. Like the true fear will never be there until they win it, because that's how it works, man. That's how fear works, bro. Fear, yeah. If you Google it or whatever, I'm sure it's got it's about being actually legit, and there's nothing to show yet that they're gonna do it because they've not won the Premier yet under this manager. It's not being a dick. It's just obvious. It's just facts. It was the same last year. I was saying for all season, Arsenal bottle it, Arsenal bottle it, Arsenal bottle it. And they bottled it. Until they win it. If they win it this year, then next year, I'm going to be like, oh, damn, you know what I mean? Like, we got a race. But the truth is, Liverpool are more scared of Liverpool than Arsenal, man. I'm sorry if that upsets
Have you
people.
flip-flopped on that again?
No, because I started off for the season with Liverpool, then Dan Potts got in my head. But I started off on Liverpool before the game, and now I'm still on Liverpool, and I'm sticking.
It's all
with Liverpool,
Dan
man.
Potts' fault. I agree.
It's all Dan Potts' fault, man.
Can I do these super chats and then let Husam go on this? Checking ring saying City beat Leipzig 7-0. So can Arsenal do that?
You know,
Arsenal
German
won
chicken wing,
6-0.
you're the biggest robot
This is
in
ridiculous.
this entire application.
oh
You're
my
by far the biggest robot in this entire application. And any show I'm on, you just prove you're a robot. So what? City beat Leipzig 7-0. So what? So what? And like, what does that prove? Can Arsenal beat Leipzig 7-0? Did you watch Leipzig last season when they played you at home? They were fucking shit against you. Yes, Arsenal would have beat them 7-0 too. Well, Haaland scored the worst hat-trick I've seen in my life.
5 goals.
Yeah, the worst 5 goals I've seen in my life. All tap-ins, literally. And rebounds.
AMT saying this Man City fan just can't take it because he hates Arsenal. Of course he hates Arsenal.
I don't hate Arsenal at all. I have no... In fact, I have... Out of all the big teams, I probably hate Arsenal the least.
The least one.
Well, if you think... But what have I got
Spurs.
to hate
I think
Arsenal
Spurs.
for?
You don't care about Spurs.
Yeah, but... but like in terms of teams that are winning stuff...
Oh, okay.
I mean, why have I got to hate Arsenal? When I was growing up, it was Liverpool and Arsenal trying to stop Manchester United from winning titles. Yeah, they played some great football. We got a lot of players off Arsenal when we first got bought, which helped us to win trophies. There's literally no reason to hate Arsenal. They've been, I liked them early on in my life because they was trying to beat Man United. They've then been a banter club for over a decade, which has been very hilarious. They bottled the top 4 2 years ago and bottled the Premier League last year, which was, again, very funny. I have no reason to hate Arsenal whatsoever. I have no reason to hate Arsenal whatsoever. But some Arsenal fans can't take what I'm saying because what I'm saying is facts and they don't like it. To become truly fearful of a team, you've got to believe that they can actually win the thing, and to do that, you've got to win something, man. And the fact is, the last 2 years, have they not, lads, bottled their ambitions? 2 years ago, their target was top 4. Did they or not? Did they not bottle that? Yes. Last year, what was their title? The target was to win the title after reassessing, and they bottled it. Like, it's just facts, man. Win the Premier League, and boom, you're then up there. I've just said before, I think Arsenal are in probably the top 4 clubs to be able to win the Champions League this year, especially with the way they're playing. But the Premier League is a different gravy, man. 38 games.
German chick. Mo, would you have a point if they beat Wolves 6-0? It's like, do you think like Wolves is better than Lons? Just come on, just give me a break. Like, just Wolves are good, but they're not better than Lons. Like, they're kind of similar. Who cares? If Wolves go to the Emirates and press and have more position than Arsenal will beat them 6-0. I promise you this. Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City. If Wolves don't defend for 90 minutes, these teams will beat them 6-0. I promise you that. Like, come on, just be realistic here. Guys, there's 600 people here. Can we get the likes up at least to like 300? It's easy. It's underneath your live chat. Close. I don't like to do tutorials and stuff. I did that many times. Like the damn video, people. Like it. It's easy. It doesn't cost you a penny, but it helps the channel move to the next person. Subscribe if you are new to this channel. Husam, what are you saying about Arsenal, though?
I'm not saying LB is doing it, but I think Arsenal hate is forced. Yesterday, I was on a stream. I was watching a stream, and they were criticizing Arsenal, even though they won 6-0. Look, they beat Brentford 1-0. They beat Lons 6-0. They done what they need to do. They've qualified top of the group. There is no reason for us to cuss Arsenal. They scored 6 goals yesterday. Yes, Lons did strip themselves. That's the reality. First half, Lons just had a suicide tactic, to be honest with you, and it just didn't work out for them. And they kept playing that shit tactic despite conceding 5 goals. But Arsenal deserve praise and credit because we all laughed at them when they lost to Lons away. We all thought they were going to lose to Sevilla away. We all thought, they were going to have a bad time in this Champions League group. And they've made a group that's more difficult than the Man United group. Look like the Europa League group because they just won the games that they have to win. Of course, they had the hiccup when they lost to Lons, but people lose in games like this every now and then. But I think at the end of the day, they deserve to win the game yesterday, and they've been playing well, so they get massive credit from me. There is no reason for me to hate on them. Kai Havertz 2 goals in 2 games. Maybe if he gets some good form going, it's good for them. But yeah, Arsenal is in the title race. Arsenal is in the race for the Champions League, not because Arsenal are amazing, it's because the other teams are crap. I'll be honest with you. There's 2 teams. 1 second. There's 2 teams in this Champions League that are above and beyond everyone else, and that's Manchester City and Real Madrid. Everyone else, if you want to be honest, is beatable. Everyone else is beatable. The team that people are not talking about that on the sly has been unbelievable this season is that Atletico Madrid. People ain't watching Atletico Madrid this season. Atletico Madrid has been balling out, and they've been cooking teams as well, and I'm talking about even going forward. So it's like there's basically, how when the Champions League draw happens, there's pots. In pot 1, there is just Man City and Real Madrid alone. And then pot 2, I think anyone can beat anyone. Arsenal can beat Inter. Napoli can beat Arsenal. Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just teams can beat teams. You can get beat on any given day by any team. That's just the reality. And for me, even Bayern Munich, people are saying Bayern Munich, right? We all watched Bayern Munich versus Manchester United. We all did. No one came out of that game going like, oh, Bayern Munich are so fucking scary. I don't think Bayern Munich are scary at all.
No.
And it's sad that one of the easiest Champions Leagues, Liverpool aren't in it. I wish we were in it, to be honest with you, because big up Rafael Hernandez, who's one of the big Barca journalists. He spoke to me yesterday. He's like, Husam, sometimes when I look at the Champions League, I just put Liverpool as favorites, but then I remember you're not in it, just because of how shit the other teams are. Yeah, and
what is this joke?
It's not a joke. It's not a joke. He told me I always put Liverpool as favorites,
so
but then
cringy.
he just realized we're not in it.
Oh my god! But
because of how shit the other teams are. I think Arsenal could beat Bayern. I think Arsenal could beat Inter. I think Arsenal could beat Napoli. Arsenal could beat any of the other teams.
Arsenal could beat Man City. They already did.
No.
Point,
if they come up against Man City, if they come up against Manchester City, or they come up against Real Madrid, they're getting beat.
Yes, okay. They already beat Manchester City. What's your point then?
If they come up against them in the Champions League, they're getting dunked on, home and away. Simple.
So why are you saying this? If they come against Bayern Munich in the Champions League, they're getting dunked on based on history. Is it recent history or ancient history? Which one are you building?
Why are you arguing something that I'm not arguing? This is what I don't
get. You are saying, but they come against Bayern Munich.
I just said Real Madrid
against Manchester City
would beat Arsenal. Listen to the argument. Manchester City and Real Madrid would beat Arsenal in the Champions League. So let's say quarterfinal comes, Arsenal draw Manchester City. Guess what? Arsenal getting knocked out. Imagine Arsenal draw Real Madrid. Guess what? Arsenal getting knocked out. But if Arsenal draw Bayern, or they draw Inter, or they draw any of the other clubs in the second hypothetical pot, I think they could beat them. That's it.
Well,
But I
anybody
think
could
against
beat
Man City.
that word
No,
could
no,
and
no, no,
would.
no. Everybody
Anybody
cannot beat
could and
everybody.
would.
This is
I'm
bullshit.
not under
No,
could
no,
and
no,
would.
no, no,
No, no,
no,
no.
no,
You
no.
are
Everybody cannot
bullshitting
beat everybody.
yourself.
This is massive bullshit.
You
Everybody
are
cannot beat everybody.
bullshitting yourself. Okay?
No,
You
everybody
said they
cannot beat
would.
everybody.
You said they
This
wouldn't.
is not
Like,
Champions
I'm
League
not
for
understanding
2005.
would. Are you saying, let me just get the facts straight. You are saying that if Arsenal face Manchester City or Real Madrid, they would lose. Done.
Yes,
It's over.
100%.
There is no
100% they
chance
would lose.
Arsenal win. Right?
Yes, no chance. I give them
No
zero
chance.
chance.
Okay, I'm
Zero
just
chance.
getting the facts straight from you.
1% chance. 1% chance
One
just for
percent.
the sake of
But
it.
if they face
Okay.
Inter Bayern, if they face Inter, I'm gonna wake up my wife. If they face Bayern and they face Inter and they face Atletico Madrid, they
They could
have
beat
a
them.
okay. They could. What's the percentage?
Yes. It depends
Is
on
it a
the team. but
50-50? Is it a 50?
50, 60, 40, depends on the team.
You think that the difference between Manchester City and Real Madrid, the drop to Bayern, Inter, and Atletico Madrid is that big?
100%.
You're an
100%.
absolute.
Manchester City would slap the
my
fuck
God.
out of Bayern Munich. You know, if Manchester City came up against Bayern Munich, they'd win on aggregate by 5 or more goals. You know this?
No, this
I
is
fully believe this.
I don't believe that. Okay. At the
Okay, you
moment,
don't
I
believe
don't.
that, it's fine, I
believe.
believe
Okay, listen to me. Listen to what my statement. So don't take it wrong.
Okay.
At the moment, I don't believe so. KDB, John Stones come back fit. I will see. By the way, that's completely a different Manchester City. That's a Manchester City that I believe is 2 times better than the Manchester City that plays today. If the Manchester City with Kevin De Bruyne, let me just put this statement. The Manchester City that plays with Kevin De Bruyne and John Stones fit will beat the Manchester City that plays now by double the score. What I mean is like 2, 3, 4-0. Okay. My point is, are you building this on the foundation of if Kevin De Bruyne and John Stones are fit, on the Manchester City of last year, on Manchester City of this year, the Manchester City we are seeing now that got beat by Arsenal this year? Which one of them?
Manchester City without KDB and without John Stones are still beating Bayern Munich and are still beating everyone else. It's just Real Madrid.
But they
and
already
Manchester
lost to Arsenal, my
City.
friend.
Let me
What are you
answer. Real
talking
Madrid and
about?
Manchester City are in a league of their own in this Champions League.
I don't believe so, but it's opinions.
Okay, those two for me, I just think are above and beyond everyone
Can
else.
you give me explanation why do you think
Let
that
me
then?
explain. Because they have world-class players that are game winners on the football pitch and have experience of winning the Champions League. The other teams don't have the abundance that these two clubs have. I'll give you an example. Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham can win you a game easily just by being Jude, like what he's doing this season. Manchester City, Rodri can win you a game. As a DM, I'm saying. I haven't even said Haaland. I haven't even said KDB. I haven't even said Stones. I haven't even said Diaz. I just said Rodri, the DM, can win me a game. I think when it comes to the tiers of this competition, the reality is, when it comes to this competition right here, Manchester City and Real Madrid are the only 2 teams in Europe that everyone should be fearful of. The rest, you could beat. That's my point.
I get if you put the statement like this, I get you. But in my opinion, I still think that Arsenal.
Yeah, but that's by definition 50% more favorite than.
I actually don't. I disagree about Real Madrid. I don't think Real Madrid are better than everybody. I think Bayern Munich face Real Madrid. I think Inter, if we face Real Madrid, I think we have a chance. It's a 50-50 game, in my opinion. If Inter now face Real Madrid without starting 11, it's a 50-50 between us and them. I believe if we face Man City, I think we can win the game. Are we favorites? No. I get it 60-40 or something, or 70-30. Okay. I feel if we face Arsenal, we actually are favorites 60-40 or 70-30. I think if Arsenal face Manchester City, this Manchester City, I absolutely believe that Arsenal will have a chance. 1% is a stretch. If you say 28, if you say 30-70, I would believe you. But to be honest with you, the fact that you say Real Madrid and Man City are above everybody else this year is crazy, though. It's absolutely crazy, though.
I don't
It's
think
nuts
that's
for
crazy.
me.
Husam, I'm with you, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course you're with him. He's twerking for your club.
He's also
No,
twerking for
he's
Real
twerking
Madrid.
for your club. So of
He's
course
twerking
you're
for
with
Not
him.
working for anyone.
Yeah.
I'm stating a
He's like,
fact.
oh my God, Man City are better than everybody else. I'm afraid. You just went to the Etihad. You just went to the Etihad.
Madrid.
You just went to the Etihad and drew 1-1 deservedly, right? You didn't
We're
deserve
not in the
to lose.
Champions League.
Oh. So you think you are head and shoulders above everybody else? Liverpool.
We're not in the competition. What
Okay,
are
no,
you
hold
talking
on,
about?
hold on. I'm giving an example. You went to the Etihad and you drew 1-1, right?
Yes. Yes.
So you think you are head and shoulders above everybody else because you just drew Man City. In Europe, we're not talking Champions League now. In Europe, you think you're head and shoulders above everybody else.
Except Manchester City and Real Madrid.
Are you equal
So
to
if
Manchester
Liverpool
City then?
existed in the current Champions League, Liverpool could beat anyone except Manchester City and Real Madrid. It would be
But you
100
just
times
went
more.
to the Etihad and drew 1-1.
Ya Rabbi, ya akhi, listen to what I'm saying. You're not listening.
I'm not
I'm
listening. Yeah,
saying,
wallah,
okay.
I'm not listening.
So pot A is Manchester City and Real Madrid. Those two
Okay.
teams are beating everyone else, in my opinion. Now in pot B, Atletico, Arsenal, Inter, etc. Bayern
Right.
Munich. These teams could beat each other, okay? And they could trouble teams in the first pot, which is Man City and Real Madrid. But at the end of the day, I would still say Man City and Real Madrid would beat said teams.
Yeah, of course they are favorites.
Okay. So now the point
my
is
point
with
is
Liverpool.
my point is
خلنا اوصل لك
Liverpool.
الفكره يا زلمه. So
Yeah,
with Liverpool, you asked about Liverpool. Liverpool, because of the same reason that I gave Man City and Real Madrid, because we have had players who have won the Champions League, who have been to finals, who have been there and done that, as LB was just explaining about Arsenal, because we have players who have lifted the competition, who have won the competition, made it to a final twice, and only just lost to Real Madrid. It would also be a threat. Okay, put it this way. There's no need for me to explain all this long nonsense. Liverpool, if we were in the Champions League, we would be a bigger threat to Man City and Real Madrid than Arsenal, Bayern, and all the other teams. That's it.
I agree.
Okay, that's your okay. You agree?
LB agreed.
You're
Hold
second.
that.
You're
Hold that, you fraudulent
I'm
judge.
second.
Hold that.
I second. He's like LB is like I second. You're saying my team is the best team in the world. I second this. We are the best team in the world.
But it's the fact. They're the treble winners. Who's the best team in the world?
I never
Barcelona?
said it's not a fact. I never said it's not a fact. My point is, even last year, when Real Madrid were the Champions League holders, when they faced City, I thought City were favorites, right? Circumstances change. I'm not saying City are not favorites. City are the best team now still in the world, right? But they're not as strong, and the difference between them and everybody else has shrunk. That's my opinion. It's a simple argument. Because they lost players, because they have players injured. This is it. Because I haven't seen the full team play yet. This is it. Even their manager is struggling to get the right combination in the midfield. But I want to move on from this. Okay, German Chicken, I'm here for LB and Mo. Hold that, you fraud. Here you go.
And yet I'm still in your head rent-free. Every show I go on, you send super chats to hate. So hold that. I'm in your head rent-free. Pay my rent.
He's sending me super chat. Why is he's not sending? He's not.
No,
sending
he's
you
paying his
super
rent.
chat. He's sending me a super chat. He's not sending you a super chat.
I'm in his head. If I wasn't on the stream, he wouldn't send the super chat. But I'm in his head.
Oh my god.
Hold that chicken wing. The name matches the personality, to be honest. Chicken wing. You couldn't even go drumstick or breast. The parts that people like to eat on the chicken. You went wing. That represents you.
Super hates. Tombaline sends super hates, not super chats. Anyway.
Also, you guys think he's paying Mo. How you guys know if Mo isn't paying me, huh? What if Mo is paying me under the table, like Man City are paying UEFA, huh?
What are you going to get me in trouble with LB now because he thinks I'm paying you and I'm not paying him? This is nuts. Did you just out me? Did you just out me, bro? You just outed me. Bro. Shut up, bro. Just don't talk.
Hey, LB, I'll talk to you off the stream, huh? I'll tell you how much he's paying me.
Okay, Onana saying, pay my rent. Haha, Husam, you're a legend. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, people. Listen, there is no time to talk about the charges, but we all know Husam is going to say City are guilty. LB is going to say we're not guilty. I'm just saving you the conversation. The trial date is next year. There is no other conversation. I don't want to keep the guys for long. Also, I have to go. This has been absolutely fantastic. Guys, this is a record show. We have 650 people here for a morning show. It's ridiculous that we have that number of people. The two legends are here, and that's what made the show what it is. To be honest, LB and Sam, you guys made the show what it is. The both channels are in the description. I want both of them at least to get 200, 300 more subscribers. So some of you guys haven't subscribed to the channel here, so make sure to subscribe. Subscribe to LB and Osam's channel. LB, congratulations on 10K, bro. Absolutely phenomenal landmark. Of course, thank you so much for your content. Absolutely enjoying your content all the time. This is football. Today, people, I'm on LB's channel at 10 p.m. UK time. It's going to be a legendary live, of course. Make sure to tune into that. And we have Al Ahwa at 11 p.m. people, where Stuff is gonna be there to answer for the crimes. People, thank you so much for joining. Hit that like button before you go. We're gonna see you guys later. And we're out of here. Thank you, people. Appreciate you guys. We're outta
Hold
here.
that German chicken wing. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that.